Greetings all, happy Thursday. I was a little pressed for time, so I'm just going to throw this video together and do something off the cuff. I'm calling this Thirsty Thursdays, and I am recommending two different wines here, which would be perfect for this upcoming Mother's Day weekend, or even the Memorial Day weekend, which is in a couple of weeks. So why don't we get at it? The first wine I have here is a Jura white. This is Domaine de Carlines, and it is from the Cotes Jura appellation, which is the largest appellation in that area. For those of you who are not familiar with the Jura wine region, it is east of Burgundy. And to be honest with you, I haven't really seen a lot of the wines around. I think in the last 10 or 15 years, it's become more popular because you can find a lot of naturally made wines over there. But they're, some interesting wines, primarily white, but they also do red and some rosé and even a little bit of sparkling. This wine is their La Vouivre, and it is a blend of 70% Chardonnay and 30% Sauvignon. And Sauvignon, if you're not familiar with that, is a native grape variety to that area. They call it Nature. But it's a very floral grape. Some people say that it is related to Gewürztraminer. Some people say that it also is related to the Sylvaner grape variety. But it's a really nice wine. I was actually kind of surprised. I got this at my local wine shop for about $17 a bottle, which is kind of the going rate for wines from the Jura. The first thing I noticed is that it's got a medium yellow color. So I suspected that the wine had seen some oak aging. And looking on the back of the label, it says that it's seen 12 months of aging in oak, but it's all older oak, so about 3 to 5 years age. But I smell a nuttiness. It's like almonds or walnuts. So it's got a little bit of oxidation going on there, obviously from being in the barrel there. And I pick up some apple and citrus notes. And that nuttiness really comes through. It's almost like marzipan on the palate. This wine has richness like Chardonnay, like something I would get from Burgundy, although the acidity is not quite as high. I would say it's just above medium. And I can definitely feel some alcohol here, so there's some heat. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is at least 13% alcohol. It says 13.5% alcohol, so that's kind of high for a cool climate area, but it kind of smells like Burgundy to me. It smells like Burgundy, doesn't quite taste like Burgundy because it doesn't have the precision of acidity, but that oak aging is there. It's a nice wine. It's a little bit richer, which might be something nice because it's not exactly hot outside. I think this weekend here in California, it's supposed to reach into the low 80s, which would be nice. But I think that this wine would be perfect to go along with something like some chicken, possibly even some pork. It has that richness to it, and of course fish and salads, but really nice wine. This next wine I figured I would do as a tribute to Dick Erath, who passed away earlier this year. I have always been a fan of the Erath wines, especially the single vineyard wines, and Dick Erath is considered one of the pioneers of Oregon wine. He really pushed Pinot Noir, as well as some people like David Lett. I've always, again, like I said, I've always been a fan of those wines. This is their rosé, this Oregon rosé. So they source the fruit from throughout the state, and it's rosé Pinot Noir. So it's 100% Pinot Noir. I think rosés have really kind of become really popular in the last 15, 20 years. I remember when White Zinfandel was still a big thing, you couldn't give dry rosé away. So kind of give you an idea of how far the rosé category has come. But I really like rosé Pinot Noir, especially in the coastal areas of the United States like California, Oregon, because the acidity tends to be a little brighter. When you see them made with some of the grape varieties like Grenache and Syrah, they're nice wines, but they're a little bit richer. I tend to like rosés that tend to be more like white wines than red wines. And this is a really, really nice example of this. It's got a really pretty salmon color. On the nose, I pick up some strawberries, maybe even a hint of some guava, a little bit of tropical fruit in there. I pick up a little bit of earthiness, which is kind of unusual for rosé in the New World. It's got a little bit of that clay note, which is something that, if you know Oregon soils, you have the volcanic soils, and then you have the Missoula flood clay soils, and this has a lot of clay aroma in there. Also has a nice little kick of some red floral component in there on the palate. Yeah. This wine really has, it's light on its feet. It has good acidity, not great acidity, but for rosé from the New World, I think the acidity is good. Still echoes of those strawberry, guava notes, the light florality in there. The alcohol is not even as high as the Jura wine. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if it was around 12.5 to 13% alcohol. But I'm sure that it's somewhere around that 13% alcohol. But it's a really pretty wine and has a really nice, vibrant finish. I really would like this with some salmon. Some grilled salmon would be perfect with this. It also would go with chicken and pork. I think that it's strong enough to be able to do that. But I think that overall it's a beautiful, beautiful wine, especially now that we're moving into the summer months. So there you have it. Thrown together at the last minute, but I hope you enjoyed it. A couple of wines that I recommend. This one from the Jura, which is about $16, $17 a bottle, and then the Erath Pinot Noir, which is about $18 a bottle. I think they're wonderful wines, and I think they fit perfectly now that the days are getting warmer as we move closer to summer, and I think they would be great wines to enjoy for Mother's Day this weekend, and also for Memorial Day in a couple of weeks. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll press the like icon, and if you'd like to see more videos just like this, I hope you'll press subscribe. Until next time, peace out.